Hey guys, this is my follow-up video with the questions, and you can see them here on the screen. As far as Dwayne's question, how do vegetarian and vegan eaters ensure that they're getting the proper level of fats and proteins? That goes strictly into their diet. They eat enough fruits, vegetables, grains, all those different things that were listed on the PowerPoint. There's oils to get the fats and different sources to get the protein. So they do make sure that their diet is comparable just without the meat. And then can cancer be specifically tied to red meat once separating all other contributing factors? As far as my research is concerned, I believe it was connected. I know that cancer is genetic, and it's all about the cells mutating and everything, but I think the chemical compounds that are on the outside, the crusty part of the meat, I think it can affect anybody. Once those chemicals get into your body and they plant in there. And then the next question is grass-fed beef that is not overcooked as bad for you as the everyday chemical beef that people consume? From my research, I don't believe grass-fed versus commercial beef had anything to do with it. I think it's strictly the way you cook the meat. As far as this topic, I think there overall is a difference health-wise, but I don't think that's relevant to the colon and the rectal cancer. I think it's just strictly on how the meat is cooked. And then next question, is it possible that certain people would react to chemical compounds more than others? I think it is possible due to genetics and our genes and what we're already almost like predisposed to. If we already have that cancer gene in there, our cells are going to, mutate and soak that up, the chemicals, and they'd have a higher likelihood to develop that type of cancer if all of the parts are there. Okay, next question. You mentioned a couple times to be aware of what is in your meat. Are you talking about antibiotics and other chemicals used to process the meat? Would any of these chemicals... Okay, so the first part. Yes, I'm talking about all the additives and all of the different things that go into processed meat. As far as red meat, I know on one of my slides I mentioned like meatloaf or, sausage. It's important to know what's in those meats, the additives and the chemicals or whatever is added. It's important to just know what you're putting in your body. Would any of these chemicals show a connection to cancer? I know I didn't talk much about this on my presentation, but I believe they do have a connection. I don't know specifically all the details and everything, but there is proof that processed meat does cause colorectal cancer, so there definitely is a connection. And then the final question, did your research say anything about a person's activity levels? If someone is more active, are they generally less likely to be negatively affected by eating red meats? I found nothing about activity level in my research. The only thing I found it was on one of the slides for the food pyramid. I believe it was for vegetarian. It's on the bottom. To increase your activity level, but as far as what I found, I didn't see anything about being active, decreasing or increasing the effects of, or the possibility of being affected by colorectal cancer due to eating red meats. So this is a little shorter than 10 minutes, but I believe I've answered all the questions. So thank you all for your questions, and I hope I've successfully answered them. Thank you.